Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. It is Sunday and it is time for another hug from 100 Hugs by Chris Riddell. And today's hug is this wonderful lady and puppy hug. So we're going to color the wonderful little girl and her puppy. And we are going to use the Star Joy original colored pencils because tomorrow will be the start of a week of Star Joy Gold. So we're going to use the original Star Joys and see how they do and maybe compare tomorrow's coloring in this book with the Star Joy Golds. All right, so let's get started here. And we're going to start on her dress first of all. And I think I want her dress to be blue. So let's start with some blue. We're going to start with Cobalt Blue Deep, which is number 64. I'm just going to do the darker lines. Now, once again, I'll remind you that this paper is not coloring book paper. It is a little bit more of a newspaper type of paper. So you just have to be very, very light-handed when you're putting down your layers if you want to put down several layers of color. If you want to, if you are a heavy-handed person and can't stop being a heavy-handed person, remember to pick your colors wisely and use your pressures to add your shadows and that sort of thing. Stick with one color instead of going with multiple colors. Okay, just trying to make sure I get the parts of the dress colored here. Because if you're heavy-handed, you may not get more than one color on an area. You might be able to, but I haven't had any luck with it. So I try to use as light pressure as possible and try to build up as much color as I can when I can add color. Okay. So right now I'm just doing, oh, and I just colored her hair blue. Hold on a sec, let me grab an eraser. When erasing things on this paper, be very, very careful. Don't scrub too hard, otherwise you will end up ripping a hole in the paper. So be gentle with it. The eraser pencils work really good for that. Alright, let's try not to color her hair this time. I'm just following the lines in the shadows that the artist has given us. Alright. So I hope everybody has had a wonderful weekend. Of course, we do have a members color and chat this afternoon. So if you're a member of the fairies, make sure that you come and join me. I've got a special treat. So make sure you come and join me just to check it out, hang out, say hello, all that fun stuff. It'll be cool, I promise. And her bum is on a cushion, so we won't color the cushion the same color that we're coloring her dress. And I'm just going through and just adding in, following the lines, adding in that darker color. And I'm using a flicking motion on the lines itself so that we can get that same texture. Like I said, I'm using the Star Joy 120s, the original ones. Well, I won't even say the original ones because the original ones were a 72 pencil set, and they were very different than these ones. Just like these ones are very different than the golds. I'm going to give it a sharpen, just because I like my pencil sharp. Just remember, if you're going to use a sharp pencil on this paper, not to press too hard so you don't dig into the paper, otherwise you're going to end up with a hole. And you don't want to do that. Thank you very much for everybody that joined me yesterday during our Saturday color and chat. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too. And just trying to see, because I think she has a handkerchief over her hand here. So we're not going to color that the same color as her dress. I think there's some hair and a handkerchief. So we gotta be careful as we're coloring to watch for details that are a little bit sneaky and seem like they're hiding a little bit, like that. It's such a small thing, and you know, I didn't notice it to start with, so make sure that you're not going to end up coloring something that you don't want to color because you didn't notice it. Alright. Okay, do I have all of the areas that I want dark blue? I think so. Alright, now we're going to go in with a light blue, and we're going to go in with intense blue. And this is one of the lighter blues in the set. The next blue that we're going to use is for our highlights will be the cobalt turquoise, number 55. But first we're going to use this one right over top of that dark blue. And we're going to extend it out. Light layers. Right over top of that dark blue. Once we bring those two colors together and then add the light color to it, the dark blue is going to be toned down quite a bit. So if it looks too dark against the lighter blues that you're putting down, don't worry about it. Once you put down your other color, it will tone it down quite a bit. Alright. And just try to put the medium color everywhere your dark color is, and just extend it out just a little bit. Make sure that you leave those wide open white areas wide open, because that's where your lightest color is going to go. So I hope everybody has enjoyed this time that we have spent with the hugs. Next week will be the last week of the hugs, and then we will have finished the book. Congratulations to everyone that joined me and was able to finish the book with me. I appreciate you joining me, and it has been so much fun getting them all lined up like they are. Of course, I will do a full flip through video of all of the hugs all finished up. I will not know exactly what pencils I used on all of the hugs because I haven't written it down. But know that most of them, there are a couple that I use gel pens on, but most of them are colored with colored pencil. I have one that was colored with watercolor pencil, and I think one or two that have was colored with gel pen. But all the rest of them have been colored pencils. Different brands throughout the months. So if you want to know what those different brands are and what pencils were used per hug, make sure you go back and watch the videos, because in every video I do tell you what pencils I'm using. Just bringing that out into that white area a little bit. Extending it from the blue, darker blue. And getting that all filled in. I'm sorry I have been a little bit all over the place this week. I have been feeling scattered a little bit. I've done a little bit too much with out of schedule, and scheduling things helps me stay grounded. And with jumping out of my schedules and doing things the way I have this week, it has made me feel a little scatterbrained. So I do apologize if I have missed anybody's comments, or if I'm not answering people right away. It's just because I'm out of sorts a little bit. Alright, so we're almost done with this darker light blue. Medium blue, that's the word. Darker light blue. Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm just extending that dark blue out into those heavy open white areas. Trying to get there we go. And then down here, making sure that we go into the darker blue and fill that in. Like so. Alright, now we're going to take that light blue and we're just going to finish it off. So we're going to go over top of everything, and in those light areas we're just going to add just that light blue, which will give us our highlight area. Once again, using a fairly light hand, filling in that tooth of the paper and that white area. Now, if you use a light hand, you can get a good 3, maybe even a 4 color blend going on your page with this paper. However, if you're using a heavier hand, make sure that like if you're using something like Prismacolors or something that's smushed really well that will take up the tooth of the paper very quickly, make sure that you choose your colors wisely and stick with the same color. Just change your pressure on the color. So if you're doing a light area, lighten your grip. If you're doing a dark area, press a little bit harder. But don't be jumping from one pencil to the next, because you may not be able to get that final layer on to blend it all together, if that makes sense. Alright. So we have all sorts of things going on next month. We've got Christmas and baking and all sorts of fun things. I will be putting up a poll at some point in the next week or two on whether or not you guys want to see me doing the baking on the weekends, or if you just want to see coloring. Because if you just want to see coloring, that's perfectly fine. There is no wrong answer to this, so just be honest on what you want to see, and I will gladly provide it. Alright, now we're going to take our light blue and we're going to do her stockings, because she's wearing stockings. But we're not going to do the light blue everywhere. We're just going to do it in the heavier areas so that you can see her skin tone just underneath it. So we're going to do the creased areas of the stockings where they're gathered, so that you can still see her skin tone underneath it. And then we'll go back over with the light blue. Well, maybe we'll just do the whole thing blue, and we'll go over it with a little tiny bit of the skin tone. I'm not sure. I'm just going to put them as blue because she's wearing stockings. I'm going to grab a different light blue here. So I'm going to use Acrylion Blue Middle. Actually, I'm going to use this one here, Cobalt Turquoise Green. For the shadow areas. It's because it's a very see-through color. It's a very translucent color. It's not going to overtake that light blue the way that a darker blue or a brighter blue will, so that it still looks like the bright blue. Alright, now that is her dress. Let's do her skin. So let's grab our skin tones here. Let's start with Flesh Light. Now with this paper, if you do things very lightly or very carefully, you can get different layers on, whether it be from dark to light or from light to dark. When I go from dark to light, I want the light to wash out the dark colors. When I go from light to dark, I'm not worried about the light tones, washing that out. If I want the darker tones to be dark, I'll leave them dark. And I'll put the dark on top of the light. Now we're going in with the Flesh Deep, and we're putting in the shadows of the skin. Just adding that extra little bit of color there. Then we're going to drag off of that color, and we're just going to go in a little bit deeper into the shadow and bring it down into the face a little bit. And we're doing that with Skin Yellow. And then we're going to grab that Fleshlight again, and we're just going to go through and blend that all together. Be careful that you don't pick up the black from the line art, because you will end up with black streaks in your picture like I do. Alright, now let's do her hands. This one here is fairly simple. This one here is just this area here and then this area here. So we're going to do the Fleshlight. And then we're going to do let's do this one here as well while we're here, so we don't forget. And then we're going to grab our dark. So this is the Flesh Deep, and we're going to put in our shadows. Those deepest areas of the skin tone here. Just trying to visualize where things are. Okay, so that's the puppy's tail. That's the puppy's leg. Okay. Alright, I think I know what is what where. Maybe. And then we're going to go in with the Flesh Yellow. Drag that out. Alright, then we're going to put those away. I think we want to go back over this area just a little bit with this light flesh, just to blend it all together. And then we're going to put those three away. And then we're going to get some browns. So we're going to start with cinnamon. And we're going going to do our puppy. Okay. All right, I think that's gotten the puppy there. And then we're going to take a little bit darker here, so we're going to go in with raw umber. And we're going to put in some darker brown, and then we're going to go in with a medium brown and put it all together. Because he's going to be a brown puppy. A little bits so I'm just following the information that the artist has put in there. Of where your shadowy type things are going to be. Trying not to do it too dark, but still make him the dark color. Like so. Then we're going to take let's see here. This one, I think, yeah. A little bit of yellow ochre, I think. Yeah, terracotta is too orange. That's too yellow. So a little bit of light ochre. And we're going to blend everything all together. I just sharpened it just a little bit. Yeah, that works. That works. I wanted to tone down a little bit of that dark brown so that it looked a little bit less black and more brown. And this light ochre helps with that. And it also helps lighten up a couple of the other areas so that it doesn't look like he's a black puppy, because I want him to be brown. Like that. Alright, now for the handkerchief, we're going to take a bit of dark pink. Very, very dark, bright pink. There we go. So cherry pink. And we're going to do the shadow areas here and here for that kerchief there. Then we're going to take our light pink and we're just going to blend into it and just put in a very light layer of pink there. Like that. And then we're going to do the same kind of thing with just a different type of pink here. on her tuffet. And then we're going to put in that light pink. And just filling that in. Now we're going to do her hair. We're going to start with, I think we're going to start with yellow ochre, and then we'll work our way from there. I think I want a little bit lighter yellow in those open areas. I thought this was going to be a lighter color, but we will see how it goes. Alright. Then we're going to take a little bit lighter of a yellow, and we'll use creamy yellow. And just go over that in the opener areas, toning down some of that. And then we're going to grab the yellow ochre and try not to break the tip, and do the very, very dark areas. Like that. And we'll do her eyebrows. And then we'll do her lips. And there we have it. We have our hug of the day, which is a lovely puppy dog hug. I think we'll take a little tiny bit of dark brown. Oh, what's this one? No, that's black. This one here, so burnt umber. And we're just going to put in a little bit of that floor. Around her here. All right, and there is our hug of the day. So this is hug number 94. So let's grab our sparkly pen. And we're November 21st, 2021 hug number 94. We have 7 more hugs to do. So at this time next week, we will be on our final hug. And that is our hug of the day. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. For all of you members out there of the Fairy Clan, I will see you this afternoon at 4 o'clock, so in just under an hour, and I hope to see you all there. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on the sneak peek. All right, guys, always remember to relax, color, and stay safe. Thank you all very much for watching and for joining me. Until next time, bye-bye for now.